Alright. So, sorry the desk still's a bit of a mess. I wiped it down, but not that great. These things like to hold on to stuff, but they help to hold on to stuff. So, somebody asked if I could show my accessories for diamond painting. And so that's what I'm doing. At least I'm showing the ones that I have out next to me. I'm not gonna be showing everything I have or made or anything like that. But first one I'll start with, I guess, is this one, which is a junk drill garbage can. This handle I made here is actually was the wheel. I cut it off with enough to make it as a handle, and then I cut this bar and put it back in here to go over the holes because there was 2 holes there. So that's glued in there over the holes. One of the wheels became a little handle to open and close it. And then there's a magnet glued to the lid and a few magnets glued inside. It works where it's not gonna come off and you lose minimal drills when it falls. The hole is big enough to put a diamond in, but like you saw, not too many will fall out. Sorry about the flashlight. Alright. Ouch. Another thing that I recently bought that I like is this like needle nose clamp, because it can go around the on and off bar and reach further over onto the painting still. So I like that. These aren't cheap, sadly, though. This one was from Menards and was like $3 or $4. Online, they seem to also go for that price, if not more. So I'd like to get another 1 or 2 of these. The other thing with this and any of the clamps I use, these or these. Oh, this one has some magnets stuck to it. Or where's the other clamp? Oh, I think all the other clamps are on my light pad right now. Either way, I have multiple clamps that I use. And my problem with all of them is they don't hold tight enough. My painting still slides around a bit. Like, you'll have it tightened with 2 clamps on the corners, and then you'll still get a gap in the middle here where the painting lifts up as you place drills, which sucks. So, that's most of the clips, other than the one I don't have one here to show you. The next, okay, next up I have some of these guys that I made. This isn't all of them, but I have like the little cat. This was part of a keychain. Doesn't really work that great as a cover minder because it indents. But there's that one. Then this cat was named Luna, right? And then, or was that cat Luna? And then that one's whatever. I forgot. They're Sailor Moon cats. Hey! Stop. Okay, enough! Alright. Sorry, we had a crazy puppy. So, I was trying to say, these are the 2 cats. Luna and Artemis? Is that what they're called? They're the 2 cats from Sailor Moon. I haven't seen Sailor Moon in a very long time, so I'm thinking the name Artemis just popped into my head, though. So, Luna and Artemis, I think. I could be completely wrong. But I turned them into magnet cover minder things. These are really strong magnets I got off of Temu. It's not strong enough still, in my opinion, but they definitely will hold a cover sheet. Then we have the How to Train Your Dragon Toothless. I also have the white one. It's on one of my paintings. And again, you can see these were keychains that I turned into cover minders. So there's 2 magnets there, 2 magnets to go on the back of the painting. I have a Garfield one that's on my one painting. I have the white version of that dragon, which I guess if I remember correctly, I read on Google that that one was called Luna or something by the fans. It doesn't really have a name. And then I have an Egyptian pendant that I turned into a magnet that's on one of my paintings. Then for tools, I think I got it as 4 sets. So like we had these really thin ones here, which all are screw-in heads with like the rainbow heads. I don't like how... Enough! I don't really like how thin they are. I like the thicker ones, but I like that they screw in, because with the ones that don't screw in, I have a problem with them moving on me. So I got these 3. And then the first set I actually got was this set. And these are chunkier. I like the feel of these. But these heads move like this on me while I'm placing drills, and I don't like it. Then, because I didn't like the thin sets, but I did like the screw-on sets, I went back and got... Oops. Well, I'll just take that off for now. I went back and got these. But these had those double bubbles here, and I didn't like the feel of that either. So this one has like a cloth, and this is some type of toe separator technically on it. This one's the cloth is a paper towel, and some electrical tape. I did the napkin tool things for those, and here, and this one was tape. So I made those a little bit more comfortable to me that way. And I actually got 2 sets of those. And this one I haven't really adjusted correctly. This is another toe type thing, but there's nothing under it, so you can see the bumps. I don't like that. That's like right where I hold is down here, and I don't like it. So I did what I could to edit that. Also, if you notice, I kind of have like a coloring scheme to how I do stuff. Just, it's how I did the first one. Again, I don't know why I did it, but I put a 6 placer with a 3 placer. I wasn't using multiple placers really. I guess I was just using these 2, and that's why I did it. But since I put a 6 and a 3 placer on it, my pink ones are 6s and 3 placers. They're all the same, 6 and 3 placers. I just don't have to fill them as often that way. If one starts going bad, then I use the other one. The other thing is, on top of that, I have like this one with the bumps here that I have these type squishies over. I have this one that I have that in, the small one, and then my standard one, but they turn. So I use all of these. They're different grips in the hand to use while I'm using them. And again, like I said, one of these, this one I do believe, doesn't have any double-sided adhesive in the 3 placer right now because it got too old. So now I'm using these 3, and then I tend to replace just like a chunk of them at a time. This one, they are slightly different. They are my 2 placers and my single placers. But since I didn't have enough, those are the curved single placers, I have this type of single placer, which I really like because it narrows down here. I really like those, how they narrow down like that. So I got those two, and then they have curd placer on the ends. I'd probably have single placer or double placers on this end and the smaller single placers on this end if I had enough double placers. I don't. This is a brush that came with one of the trays. And then this blue one came with one of my sets. Like I said, there's 3 pinks, 4 pinks. That's 4 sets I've bought. But it doesn't quite look like those other blue ones. And so I decided to use it. Oh, and with the blue ones, I don't have all the same heads either. My primary heads for the blue ones are the 5 and the 6. Or, sorry, the 5 and the 4. The 6 is with the 3. But this blue one, I do have using the 8 and the 9. And then, because this blue one looked different, this blue one is my straightener and my 10. So that's how those all go. Let's try to get these back in the drawer. I need more drawers, apparently. These drawers are a little too much. Again, like I said, this is technically supposed to be like a silicone toe thing, but I chopped the top off so I could slide it over the pen. Kind of feels like a version of a squishy. It does feel weirder, it like sticks to itself and stuff, so I don't know how they're gonna work long term, but they were a few cents, so I bought those. These ones on this pen are plastic fingers that you use for sewing and stuff, so you don't stick yourself with the needle. Again, they're like a plastic rubber type thing, so got those on there to try too. I'm just trying to make the pens more what I like because I cannot find screw-on ones that are nice and thick like this one. The thicker ones have the balls, or you have the thin ones, which I don't like either. So because I bought them as sets, you have some extra heads in here. And yes, there's a plastic one in here. I cut them and use them to make pens. And there's a few drills in here I should clean out. Sorry. On to cleaning drills out. Not part of what the video is supposed to be about, but they're there, so I'm going to get rid of them. Alright, there we go. And so these are the extras. As you can see, one of them was the silver set, then I have the multicolored set. You can also see how this tip here, single placer tip is, versus the ones I found that I like. These ones. See how it narrows down quicker and smaller? I really like this. I wish I could find these by themselves. I have not seen them by themselves. I've only seen them in the one set of pens. So I have these kind of shoved in here. Actually, I wonder if I could fit them all in one case and get rid of one of the cases. Oops. I could take the foam out of the case. That's something I could do. Put this in there. Cool. They all fit in one case now. They'll fit better. My drawer will close better. Alright, and then my favorite tweezers. These really sharp little death stabbers. And these are still very sharp. They aren't a name brand or anything. I got these with like the Hula Can and stuff like that. The double-sided adhesives off of AliExpress. So those are my favorite. I like using them for placing squares. I like using them for pulling drills off. I really like these two. And then trying to get more of those, I bought all of these. And they're just not as good. So these ones are more of a round tip. They're nowhere near as pointy, and they're weaker. I mean, let's see. Oops, I just lost the top. You can see these ones take a nice bit of grip. These ones just weak. So not a big fan of those. Why I keep them rather than throw them out, I don't know. I guess I just kind of rather throw them out, I guess, because I like the idea of the curve, but again, I don't like how weak they are. And I think these two came off of Temu, and I got them in pink. Then, because I had that issue, I got these, which are sharp tip, pointy curves, and they're better. They're not as strong as these, but they're better. And then I think those curved ones might have come with this, but they don't have a label on them, and these do, so maybe I'm wrong, because they don't have a label on them. I don't know where I got those green ones, but then I got like this set, which are just like hair tweezers or whatever, and they're okay, but as you can see, the spacing isn't really enough with these, so they kind of just got put in with my diamond painting stuff. I don't really use them for anything though, so I mainly use my nice 2 black sets. You can see these ones actually are bent here. These are my favorites. Wouldn't mind having a few more of those. And then I have the crappier ones you get with some of your paintings. And I have these to remove the glue dots out of my pens. These just came with a set of pens, I do believe. And I have used a little bit of the blue one, but I really like my glue dots better. So these hook into the bottom of my keyboard tray because I paint at my desk. So on the bottom of my keyboard tray I have these drawers screwed in so they're easy to access. I've made this pin. Again, got a squishy to go around it. It has just one of the metal tips from the free pens we get with everything. The pen was from a dollar store. I think it turned open here in the middle, and I took the pen part out and the spring and stuff and put this in. I hot glued this one in place, I think. So I like that one for single placing. And then I got something like this that was my favorite from the dollar store, and my dog decided to eat it, steal it, hide it. I don't know, I can't find it, but the puppy decided to take it from me, so I tried to make another one. This one I ordered off of Temu. It came with a little pot. It's similar, not quite as fat as the one I got from the dollar store that I used to like, but again, I took the pen part out, grabbed one of the free tips from our paintings. These ones you just wiggle open like that. So this is a skewer in here to hold the tip in. Just a skewer. And the tip is in there. I had to cut it with a knife at the point where it slimmed down but still leave that plastic on that the metal was in order to fit this pen. And again, I just slid it back in. That rod you can feel kind of up to here, but this is like squishy and movable, so I like how that feels in the hand. So I got that, and I haven't made this one into a pen, but I got another one here. You can see that's what it came with the pen tip. These ones didn't have springs in them. You got the top that I kept, and then you got this part. So quite easy to change those out. I just haven't done anything with that one. I just got that one. So I have those sitting on my desk. My garbage can sitting on my desk. I have the pens clipped on drawers up here that have headphones for my phone and my computer, and notepad papers, everything else under my monitor. I have these. This is one of the pens from the dollar store that I turned into a diamond painting pen. Like I said, I liked it a little bit better than this. This one also is still a little bit thinner than my old one. The thickness wasn't the same on all of them, but this was the dollar store one. This is the Temu one. This one's still a pen. I could change it out. And then, like I said, I got just, you know, some pens and other stuff here in these drawers. More of these. This is still an actual pen. I turned it into the diamond painting pen. Squishies I bought to go with it, but these are from the dollar store. This one's a little fatter and longer than that one. They also had these thinner silver. Oh no, that's the same thickness. They do have a thinner silver one that I have somewhere, but yeah, anyway, I have these drawers here. I don't use the project things. I use the surgical blades and the scalpels. This drawer is all my nail clippers and stuff, and then my other scalpel is still over by the desk that I film at. Yeah. Alright, so I got these drawers with the notepads and stuff, and the animals are just clipped onto the drawer. Obviously I can't close them all the way or open the one above it with those clipped on it, but yep. So like I said, I use scalpels. I don't use the X-Acto knife. Is that what the project blade is called? I just use the scalpels. So I have two of the larger handle scalpels and then two of the smaller ones, but my other small one is over where I open diamond paintings. On top of that, I cut the animals' nails frequently, so I have nail clippers for them with the nail clippers for me. I have some lighters. I got that one, and this one I think is dead. Yep, this one's apparently dead now. Oh, that's garbage. This one can be refilled. So, again, a dollar store lighter. I use this more for ribbons and stuff like that, to burn the ends on ribbons and ropes. Alright, onto trays. Oh, this goes back in here. So these aren't all the scalpel blades I have either. These are just the freebies that came with those two larger ones when I ordered them. I have a whole box of the number 11s. Actually, I think we have 2 boxes of the number 11s. Alright. So another one, this is how it came from the dollar store. Again, not quite as thick as the one I liked. The one I liked, for some reason, this part was thicker. It had a white flower on it, but by the time I was using it for so long that this flower actually came off and these petals came off, so it was just a green nub here. I'm going to leave this on because I want to see if I can find more of those to buy. The dollar store hasn't had them this summer. And they're decent pins if you want them as a pin. Another clip I use is these bigger clips, again from the dollar store. I use these on my larger light board. Oh, there's one like the one I liked. I do have one left. White flower. Okay, so I just gotta turn one of these into a diamond painting pen. But yeah, it had this white flower. Flower, like I said, broke off eventually. There's like a crack here, it broke off. These kind of started loosening, so I just took and cut it here. This part is all plastic. It isn't until you get to like up here that it's hollow. But you have the two white ones and the two yellow ones. I bought them as backups because I didn't know if the dollar store would keep getting them in stock, and that's a good thing because they didn't. But you can see the thicknesses aren't all the same on them. This one looks to be the thickest, maybe this one. They're slightly different, but I kept some of them as pens, kept some of them on the back of the couch. I never put them away, and that's why I didn't know they still existed. I don't know if all four of these are going to fit in here. There we go. So I can turn that into a diamond painting pen to go with this one. And with these, you couldn't select your color, sadly. It was just a random color. So I got a blue. I made my mom a pink one that I got with the blue one. And then I have the yellow one as well. So I had her order the two and didn't realize that I had already ordered one as well, or whatever, however that worked out. This is a pack of drills you hear over here. One of the paintings I was testing. So it's just a pack of drills sitting on my desk. I got this stupid thing that I don't use, but I still have sitting on my desk. I got these clips too to try because they feel like they are a little stiffer. Again, I found these at another dollar store or something, I believe. And this was that one where you can tell it hasn't been used in a while. It's the one where you like screw down the pink wax, but the opening is so fat that it doesn't really work. I tried shoving a pen tip in it like this, but couldn't quite get it to work. So I'm questioning how I can edit this. The top doesn't unscrew. You have to like shove it through the whole pen, and the whole pen has that wax through it, so it's hard to get anything through it. So I guess I haven't thrown it out because I was trying to think of a way I can make it usable. The reason it's kind of stuck around here is I put tape and stuff around here to try to hold the tip in when I put the smaller tip in. Nice idea, but I need a tiny normal placer, not the fat one. Might work for people that do specials, but doesn't work for me. Then trays. I don't have the first one I used to use. I don't know what happened with it, but this one's kind of like the second one I started using. This came with the black tweezers in one of the like Coolican paintings or something I bought from AliExpress a few years back. I then bought this apple one. They were an apple and a pear. They might have actually called this pear and the other one the apple, but either way, I think this is actually the apple and the other one's actually the pear, even if the names were opposite. You can see that some of the adhesive or whatever got stuck in it. It did have a cork. The cork is in one of the drawers because I found it separately. It was decent. This white one's decent. This is my favorite right now. It doesn't have anything. I have to hold my finger over it, but the grids are nice enough for the round drills. The size is decent to hold in the hand. I really want to get a tray where I can hold it this way and the lines go this way. I want a tray about this size with the lines going this way. Because I like my drills going in this row. I like placing with my multi-placer with the drills walking up or down the canvas. So I don't like having it this way, but holding it this way is more comfortable than holding it this way for me. So I really want one of these with the grids going this way. And a little bit taller I'd like, honestly, as well. But I got 2 of those. I got those. The next one I got is this one that had the 6 little guys in it. And it has the one where you pull it open here. I don't like that. I don't use that. I just pour it out of the tip here, and some get kind of caught in this little indent there. I should just glue that shut. I don't use the small ones because I'm not interested in having more than one color out at a time. But this one works better for square drills. These grids are a little too close for round drills. I mean, I don't know if you can notice the difference between the grids in this purple one and this one, but this is a little too close for round drills that they'll actually kind of get stuck in here and you have to slide them out. But that makes it perfect for square drills, so this tends to be my go-to for squares. Again, it's a little big to hold in the hand, but it is nice for squares. Then I have used this one to diamond paint. Again, you're not holding this one in your hand while you diamond paint, but some of my 310s or 969s I will pour into this and use this because I can shake a lot more out into straight lines. It also is just kind of used to hold my other cases on the desk, like this thing here will actually fit in perfectly with the legs. So if you got 2 of these, because of their feet, they fit perfectly on here, and you can just use them to hold. These sadly don't stack. I thought they would stack because they have this weird indent on the side of them, but they don't stack. I guess that's just the indent for where they broke it off the mold. This apple doesn't fit here with the rest. The apple was on the bottom of my desk, just sitting next to my computer, which is why it's still dirty. I haven't tried to clean it. I kind of stopped using it when I got these purple ones. So that is basically my kit of what I use for diamond painting. Again, some of you guys have seen the the printer that I use to make the labels for my mom. I only have 1 roll of that left. Just an extra one of those ergonomic mouses I use sometimes when my wrist is bugging me. So those are for diamond painting. Like I said, there's a few other magnets that are just on project that I can't really show you as well right now. Screw it, hang on. So the other clip I was talking about that I got from the dollar store to try were these, which are a little bit stronger, I think. I think I like these a little bit better than these ones, but they're still not enough for me. I need something even harder, but if I get too hard, then is it gonna hold up the painting? Or is it gonna hurt the light board, I mean. Then another thing I got was these metal stands to hold the light pad. And it has this door that I hate, that I've thought about trying to take off, or maybe I should like cut it down because I don't need it that big to hold the light pad, and it sticks out like this, so it kind of pushes your painting up over it like this. It's annoying. But I have these stands that I put my light pads on. And again, I tend to not fold these up. I tend to leave them where they are and sit them on a bookshelf at the height they're at. for diamond painting, and I tend to like to keep my light board on this and keep my light board's clips on, which is why I said I'd like another light board to put my painting on, just because I don't like moving the angle, having to refine it and stuff. So I have 2 of those for my 2 small light pads. And then I bought one of these to try because I was sick of, like I said, the canvas bumping out. But again, because of this, it still bumps out with this, just differently. It doesn't bump out in my drill area. And this is, I think, from AliExpress, but I've seen it on Temu as well. It's technically a laptop stand. So that's as up as it stands, and then you can, you know, make it lay down more. And it folds up, slides shut like that. I wish it could stand up a little bit taller for diamond painting, but I've been trying this out with one of my paintings, which is why that other stand was free. And then, again, you can see I have those clips. This one I never unpack the drills. I'm just working on the bag every time. But I just have the cheap light board. It's just your normal, like $10, $12 light board. The micro here. However, the micro on these did tend to fall out. So because of that, because I needed a longer cable, I bought this micro cable, which was like a set of 2 micro cables for like $6 or something like that. And these snap in very tight and don't fall out. These are a little hard to unsnap from the light board, actually. So again, I'm going to try to reclip her on here. Like I said, I don't tend to like to remove them from the board. I like to keep them where I place them for next time. But anyway, so this big clip, what I was talking about is it goes over that and still reaches the painting. Whereas any of these other things don't really go over the light board, don't close fully after they're over the light board. So, I mean, the bigger version of this I showed you that I still had in the bag that I use on my bigger light board, it does. But I thought that this was nice how it goes over here to hold on to that side. And again, I'm doing that because I have the top pulled over, and I pull the top over as I work on it. So soon I will have these filled in, and all of this will be pulled over the light board, so I have to connect by the sides. And because this one I haven't actually bagged up, I just have it clipped with the painting. Because I don't use my bigger light pad very often, and right now it's under some of my books, I am not going to try to dig that one out. But it's a larger light pad. It's more like the 40x50 size. And I have it on a wooden painting easel that I bought from Five Below. It was like a $40 light board or something off of Amazon. It was, however, like a clearance or open box type one, so it was a little bit cheaper. But yeah, so that's the supplies that go to diamond painting, not including my containers and stuff. Which, my containers, I glued the color on the outside of the container. This is how I was organizing them. Then I started using bags to organize them. That one's just out because I used it for mouse and haven't put it away. Of course, I have my book, which, again, the one painting in here is too big for it, so it's fat. But this has 2 paintings in it. It works better for the 30x40s. When you get the 40x70, it just kind of spans the pages out too much, unless you were to put less drills in a thing. Like, this amount of drills is fine. When they get fatter, like these bags, it just is a little too fat for like this. It's just a little too fat for the book like that, and you have them all stacked on top of each other. It doesn't really work. So that's the square painting that you guys haven't seen yet. Then this is the Jaguar that I'm doing with Mystery Theaters and stuff like that. That's almost done. And you might have just saw what this painting was on this paper. I don't know if you guys actually got a look at the icon or not, but she's a decent double-sided. Other stuff that goes to diamond painting would be this. These are my 2.5 by 3.5 bags. I bought a whole box off of Amazon. So, like I said, they're the 2mm 2.5 by 3.5. It's really hard to find the 2.5 by 3.5, but that's what fits the card cases. So that's the size I like. I also got this box, which fits my index card holder. And this is what I've been putting spare drills in. And those are 3 by 4. So I have another drawer. I just need to get screws for this one. This one has some more of my, sorry, it's dirty. Animal hair gets in everything, and I haven't used in a while. This pin I like the chunk on, but again, I hated that these turned. I probably would use this more if I put the container on the bottom of my desk. Right now it's just sitting on the floor. An 8-placer, this style pin. I got 4 of these. Here's 2 of them. I don't know what I did with the other 2. But these were like a 4 set that I got with a painting on a deal on Amazon. And then this one was like one of the first ones I got, as well as the plastic heads. But this one I probably would use more still if I had this drawer clipped to the bottom of my desk. I just need to buy some mini screws. Oh, and these drawers, this, you know, this is how it goes to the desk and slides out. They do had like sticky pads here, but they didn't really work. And then the screws, I lost a few because they only gave you the 4 you needed trying to screw them in. I had another problem with like a head stripping because I had to pull it out and move where the drawer was. So technically have a drawer right now I can't use. Not quite, but you know, this is how I kit up some of my other paintings. And then I'll have the bags of leftovers, so I'll just fill these up as they empty from the bag and just have this because it's nice and small to sit on my desk. This one has crap drills in an empty container and just all over the big container. So that's the majority of my diamond painting stuff that I have out. I have some pens I've made that are in a container. I'm not going to pull those out. Some of them were using like the clay that you bake in the oven to harden. So I have some of those I made to kind of put the finger grip in them I wanted them, but I ended up putting them in a drawer and they're in that cupboard, which right now I have a bunch of drills I have to organize just stacked in front of it. So that and the fact I don't use them, I'm not showing all of that stuff, but there's more randomness that I might enjoy using if I grabbed it back out, or trying to make another one I could actually screw a tip into or whatever. But anyway, that's the majority of the stuff I have out that I've been using. The sticker, if you saw, a sticker just came free with A protective screen for the phone. Protective screen for the phone for some reason came with cute stickers, and it's like, that's really cute. I don't know where I'm going to put a sticker, but I decided to keep it because it was cute. Got another one of these diamond painting pens that I made. You can see the tip kind of pushed in on this one. I don't like that it pushed in, but I think it's glued shut, so can't do anything about it without trying to break the seal. And you can see that the squishy kind of was yelling about how fat the pen was. So this one kind of got thrown aside too. It's still usable, it still works, I still use it now and then, but the fact that the squishy is kind of ripped, so I kind of have to make sure I hold it around that, and the tip is pushed in a little bit. Not as great, but I think this is the fatter one. I was telling you there's fatter and thinner. And again, taller. So I made this one first, and then with these problems I kind of just made another one. So anyway, for real this time, that's all I got to show. I mean, I got the washi tape that I have, I could show, and other stuff like that, but those are the primary tools. The washi tape does go on each painting, but I just have that in a cloth drawer. So those are the pens I use and the trays I use. And like I said, I use scalpels for cutting the plastic, or with double-sided adhesive, cutting the extra glue off around the edge or anything else. I think that's all the equipment that I have that I'm willing to take out to show, and everything else is kind of not used as often. And therefore, like I said, the other light board is under 2 books that have 40 by 50 paintings in them. So I'd have to take the books off of it in order to move it. I'm just not interested, and I'm filming this at my desk right here. I don't have the room to show it anyway, if you notice with me trying to show the other light pad, which is smaller. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If I have links for stuff or not, because it's from Amazon and Temu and over the last 2 years, I'm not sure. I feel like going through and finding all that and dealing with that, but I possibly could. We will see. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And I hopefully will get this edited and put up for you guys soon, because I do have other videos, but I kind of said I'd try to get this done this week. So. Alright, sorry. Adding this on, there is something I forgot. I thought there was something I was forgetting, and I didn't want to end the video. That's why I was like stuttering there at the end if I leave that part in, but I already took the light down and everything else. However, glue dots. I use the glue dots in mine. So I got the micro, the mini, and just the normal craft dots. So I use these for my pens. And I was going to fill the one I had empty. Is my flash on? Yes, my flash is on. Like I said, I don't like light, I like dark. So I'm not plugging the light back in, hooking it back up to my desk for this, sorry, but hopefully you can see well enough what I'm doing. So these are just the normal glue dots. I don't care about touching them. They need to be a little less sticky anyway, but I just kind of wrap one up. And then I shove it into the pen. That. So that should work. tray. So, again, like I said, I like going up. Looks like they work. Things stuck on there. So. Looks like everything's holding. So that's how I fill my pen. That's what I use to fill my pen. That was the other part of the video I was missing. I knew I was missing something, but at the same time, couldn't think of anything I was missing. Well, there we go. So sorry the lighting changed and the angle changed and everything else for that piece, but I remembered what it was after I stopped filming and put everything away. Started watching a YouTube video and it's like, oh, right. So, there's these. And actually, I just used one of those ones in the 6 placer, right? I actually have one still stuck here that came out of the 6 placer that I was going to cut into a smaller size and kind of flip it over so the side that wasn't sticking out was in the pen. So I do kind of reuse them, but I left this one sitting out here. So yeah, I will cut this down and then like use the back side that was in the pen in one of my smaller pens before throwing it out. Just get as much mileage off of this as I can. I mean, they're not crazy expensive, but if it still has enough tack to it, why not cut it down and put it into a smaller pen? It just wasn't enough for the 6 placer anymore, so flipping it over, it was leaving a gap because it had kind of shrunk down a little bit. So it can go into a 5 placer or cut it down into any other size placer. And I've done that and it's worked for, you know, quite a while. I don't like changing wax or glue dots or anything in my pen. I like keeping the same one for a while. I'd rather sit there and have to pull the drills off of my pen because they're stuck to my pen than refill my pen. So, again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Sorry that this part wasn't filmed as well as the other part, but I think that is now everything that I have to show you. So, hopefully you guys have a nice day, night, morning. Hopefully everything continues to go well. Hopefully you guys get some of your diamond painting done. And hopefully you enjoyed seeing the stuff I tend to use and a few of the things I don't use anymore. Sorry I don't want to bring everything down, and sorry if I don't have links for you, but again, it's been 2-3 years, so dollar store, Temu, AliExpress, YouTube, Amazon, that's what I meant to say. So between all of that, it just would be a headache to go dig around everything. But hopefully you guys enjoyed.